Hello everyone,
Howdy.
and welcome back to the Frasier podcast.
Baby, the blues are calling.
Scrambled eggs and salads.
Tossed salads and scrambled eggs.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
This was the Christmas episode, but not the Christmas episode.
So. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Frasier did not get laid.
No, he was close, though. He was so close. We got to see his absolute fucking carpet.
Yeah.
That is his torso.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite hairy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a good episode.
It was so funny.
Niles was on the screen for a minute and 45 seconds total and stole the whole show.
Yes. I love that he stole the whole scene when he's like a whole 5 pixels tall in the background.
Yeah, out the window, in the background. Mouth agape. His expressions are really good. What a great guy.
It's definitely how you know that he was a theater actor.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like, oh, he knows how to like work an audience with his facial expression.
Yeah.
Which is not something that normal like film actors can't do it.
Right.
they just straight up can't.
They straight
do
cannot
it.
know. Like just being emotive is so different because you have to make.
Oh my god.
You have to make expressions so big when you're on
so
stage,
the people in the back can see.
So that people can see it. You don't have a camera doing a close-up of your face to make it easy.
I hate when filmmakers are like, if I put the so close to the person, we can force an emotional response from the audience because you get to see these like tiny details, and I'm like, fuck you.
Like
this looks like garbage.
Just think about the scene of Dawson's Creek where he's crying. How close it is on his face when he's crying.
Okay, no, that one's good.
You have to.
That's art. That's no. That one's art. That one's pure Kino.
Oh Christ!
You don't even know.
No, I mean I do know, but I don't know. I guess maybe it's not meant for me to know. Maybe I'm just not.
Should we go back to Dawson's Creek?
I mean, I won't mind, but you hate Dawson's Creek.
I don't. I hate Dawson so much.
Oh, you don't love that he's just like riding Spielberg's dick.
Oh my! I much preferred when Jughead was like, "Yo, Quentin Tarantino," though,
and I'm Godfather of indie film.
And I'm like, "Fuck you! You're at least age appropriate for doing this."
It's kind of true, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Dawson was age appropriate. He's a teenager.
Okay. So I don't mean to be rude.
But
like, we said it before. That comes off far more autistic.
Are you saying Jughead is not autistic, or is he just moody?
No, he's just a moody teenager. So, like, he chooses, because Quentin Tarantino, that's edgy.
That is edgy, true.
And it's like, hashtag film.
Okay,
right. So you can see, like, this zoomer, edgy teenager being like, oh, yeah, Quentin Tarantino, man.
Yeah. But Dawson...
Look at my hat.
Look at my hat and my suspenders that I never wear up.
That's a good look.
It is a good look. But with Dawson, he's obsessed with Spielberg's film.
Yeah, it was just like a one-off line for Jughead. So you can kind of just be like, oh, he's just a veggie.
It's not a defining characteristic.
This man is like, oh my god, so I printed out this picture of Steven Spielberg, framed it, put it on his desk. He was like one step away from like cutting out a photo of himself and putting it on the producer next to Spielberg.
I want that so bad.
Like that's the energy.
Yeah,
he was serving me.
Absolutely. Man, I was watching Behind the Attraction.
Yeah.
The first season, yesterday, and the episode with Star Tours came on. Well, just Star Wars in general, because they also talked about Batuu and everything.
Yeah.
And like seeing footage of old interviews with George Lucas makes me want to punch him in the mouth so bad.
I love the old interviews with George, right? And it's because when he comes off as an insane man, but at the same time he believes in what he's saying, and I want those dreams to come true.
But like, does he have to look so fucking smug about it? Like I have like that's my only issue with seeing old interviews is like when he's lounging back and he's got like this sly, devious little smile on. He's just like, I know things and I'm smart and I'm good. I'm just like, hey George, I want to punch you in the mouth.
Just imagine like that style of interview, but he's talking about strange magic.
Oh, I should find some strange magic interviews.
Audience, have you watched Strange Magic yet?
Yeah.
It's been a while since we talked about it. Did any of you like go back and watch it because we talked about it?
Yeah, you definitely should let us know what you thought.
You should go watch Strange Magic. It is, in fact, a unique experience.
It's required reading for the podcast.
For the podcast.
Required reading. If you want to engage in the conversation, you have to go watch Strange Magic and let us know what you thought. And what your insights are. Like, did you by some miracle of
everyone
God
enjoys
enjoy it?
Strange Magic. Everyone enjoys it.
I don't know that
everyone enjoyed Strange Magic.
Josh, you can't project onto other people. I don't.
If people in this world can enjoy Chicken Little, they could enjoy Strange Magic.
Do people enjoy in this day and age? Do people enjoy Chicken Little?
I might have to put up a poll.
Please do, because like I gotta know, right? Like, because like sure, when the movie came out, we all saw it in theaters.
Yeah,
we all ended up getting it on DVD at some point. In the year of our Lord 2024, do adults our age, do people older, do younger people watch and like Chicken Little?
Like, I want to say no, and the only reason is like I don't want to believe that people can like Chicken Little.
I can't believe it.
That movie's so ugly.
Yeah, if you do like Chicken Little, let us know down below.
Yeah,
tell us why.
You need to tell me.
I need to know. Because what the fuck?
I need this resting on my very soul that people truly love. And I mean like love the Disney film Chicken Little. It needs to be like your favorite movie.
Yeah, is it your favorite? I mean, it doesn't have to be your favorite Disney animated film. Let's say of that era, right?
Yeah, sure.
Of that era of Disney.
Like, would you put it in
films.
like your list of like these are like my favorite, like of my favorite movies? Chicken Little's on there.
Yeah.
There's a spot reserved.
Yeah. When people are like, "What do you guys want to do when we're watching movies? What movie do you want to watch?" You'd be like, "Let's watch Chicken Little." And then they all proceed to stab you, right? Is that what happens?
I mean, like, this is the reason why I'm not allowed to put on movies, right? Because like if we're just going with my DVD collection, I'll be like, so we're watching Little Nemo Adventures in Slumberland, right?
Please.
And then people will stare at me and go, "What the fuck is this movie?"
And then you put it in.
And then I put it in, and by the end they're like, "What the fuck was this movie?"
No, see, I do the same thing, but with Rockadoodle. Rockadoodle is my version of that, except I don't own it physically anymore. I think my sister still has our VHS tape from forever
ago. My sister, right? She was at a party a few years back, and they were like, they mentioned Little Nemo, and someone at the party was like, "I don't remember that movie," and so my sister was like, "It's the Shazama Pajama Dajama," and this like other person at the party, their eyes like widened, and a core memory was unlocked.
Oh, how could your sister inflict that on somebody? What the fuck? Some core memories are meant to stay buried, right? You don't need all of those. Some of them do more harm than good. That person was probably never the same again.
I can never let people forget.
I mean, like, hey, I like to watch it.
Yeah.
I as a kid, I loved watching it, but
that movie's so weird.
I watched it before I started really comprehending movies. You know what I mean? Which is probably for the better. It
doesn't help when you can't. It makes it worse.
Like, yeah, right. That's what I mean, right? I probably watched it at the peak time where I'm like, oh, fun, pretty, very pretty.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on, and that's fine.
It's very fine. It's very fine. So we just left the party.
Oh, yeah.
We were with dinner.
We were with Murdoch's family.
Yeah, we dabbed. Gretchen was like, "You're working, and you're Sonny boy." And Murdoch was like, "That's my boy toy.
That's my boyfriend.
I want him to fuck me raw."
Man, I want Gretchen to come on to Sam so bad.
Oh my god.
And then like us have to turn her down.
So know what she's giving me?
What's that?
She's giving me almost Gendo energy.
Yeah.
But like not sympathetically.
No.
I realize if people haven't watched all of Ava, that statement probably sounds really weird.
But like, if you know, you know, right?
If you know, you know.
Does that make Murdoch Shinji?
No, it's still Sam.
Oh my god.
But instead of getting the robot, it's getting that asshole.
Getting that asshole. So Murdoch's the Ava Unit 1. William is obviously Masato. Obviously.
Is he not Asuka? Because he's like soon, and like, I don't need anyone, but why won't you notice me, damn it?
Okay, yeah, I guess he would be.
Calls him a slur, like Asuka.
Yeah, that's Asuka. That's very Asuka. Shit.
Yeah. Remember the crackers scene in the 4th movie? You can see William doing that to Sam. You doing good over there?
Just imagining the most butteroily smooth animation of William shoving crackers into a dissociating Sam's mouth. I can't. No.
Now that'll jerk off.
Oh my god, so we're leaving the party.
Yeah, it's cold out here at night. But at the moment, the temperature isn't enough to persuade me to stay inside. It's okay, give it time. But I do stop after I hear Murdoch following me. No, aren't you coming? He shakes his head. Got some things to do. Things can wait, Murdoch. I want to tell him he should go home. Because this sure as hell isn't that for him. Maybe changing the subject will knock some sense into him. You look like you wanted to tell me something before dinner. We'll talk about that later. He does, he closes the door on me. I let out a big sigh. Suit yourself. I think I'm gonna sleep even harder tonight than I did before. Oh, sleepy boy.
Bad to beddy time.
Oh my god, we're in the smoke room.
I need the flashbang sound that...
No. It's fine. My morning routine is getting easier and easier. I boil water with a few orange slices, just a little earlier to wash away the grime and seed from a nasty bear the prior night. Hot. I dress myself. I even managed to eat breakfast today. And make my way to the store on time, too. My mind and my body feel fresh and ready to put in a full day's work.
Gretchen really inspired him, huh?
Yeah. He's now a working boy.
A working man.
Murdoch's manning the cash register this morning. Hey, look! I'm on time today! You want a fucking sticker?
Gold star for the boy.
The fox stares forward, but it feels more like he's staring past me. I figured you'd be proud of me. Huh? No, I'm making jokes, Murdoch. So you are. Sorry, but it's a bit difficult for me to focus on anything now. I made a list for things you might be able to do before we get pulled downtown for a fitting. He handed me a piece of paper. I stare at the list. Water the roses, hose down the porch, order milk, stack the papers, eat breakfast, ? Since when does the store carry roses? Wrong list. He plucks that one out of my hand. That's for Dahlia. I told you I'm tired. I know you're a fox, but there's no need to bark at me. Foxes bark?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I thought they, whine.
They whine and squeal, but they do have like a bark.
Okay. Sorry.
And at nighttime, they scream.
It's funny. He hands me a different list. This one makes a lot more sense. It's a lot of stupid references for stacking things that don't make a lick of sense. For somebody learning about how to manage a store, they sure don't seem to let him manage much. But that's family business. I start doing what's written on the sheet, and I don't bother asking any questions. My first task is pretty terrible. I think I spent at least an hour sorting through mason jars with slightly different labels of jam. And I spend the next 30 minutes making sure they're stacked so that you can see the labels from one of the front windows. That's important, apparently. The next thing is just moving a bunch of crates that arrived this morning out the back into storage, sorting through the materials and taking inventory. Oh.
Full house.
Hello. When I'm finished and walk out the front, I'm surprised to see Jim, Alfred, and Murdoch there waiting for me.
There he is. Very good.
Christ, is it 11 already? I guess when I really get into the groove of a routine, I can lose track of time.
Well, off you go. Jim's on a time crunch. I wouldn't worry too much about it, Mr. Burns. Mr. Hendricks knows this is important. Ralph and I will watch the store. Aren't I always, Mr. Burns? Well, don't watch too hard. Those beady eyes can make folks feel nervous. Alfred, that's racist.
Do you think this pupper cares?
Absolutely not.
Alfred's smiling like that's a good-natured joke, but gauging by Ralph's expression, he didn't take it that way.
He says, I want to say racist things and pretend like I don't know what they mean.
Yeah.
But I know what they mean.
The three of us walk out the front door, making the bell on the top of the jingle behind us. Top of it to jingle, yeah.
You boys doing all right this morning?
That's a surprisingly friendly greeting. He hasn't been able to entirely look me in the face for most of the time I've known him. So, we're boys now, huh?
Don't remember calling you much else.
You used to call me Holly's brother.
I'm a lot more comfortable with this now, is all.
Some birds are chirping real loud in the gutters of one of the houses up the street.
And the both of you should relax if you're going to meet my friends and be part of the ceremony. I'm not going to tear into you both like his bitch of a mother did last night. Jesus.
I try not to snort. Murdoch looks like he's about to say something, then doesn't. Who the hell crawled up her ass anyway?
She wouldn't even let you sit where you wanted. That woman's a shrew. All suffragettes are.
No, what now?
Just a radical movement that hates men.
Sounds like her. You don't know what you're talking about, Sam. Well, I said I didn't.
I'd say he's catching on pretty quickly.
Do you think Holly's a shrew too, then? Jim puts his hands in his pockets and rolls his eyes.
Ever heard the expression, the exception, not the rule?
I have.
Well, she's an exception. And she already knows what I think. If you talk to her more, you'd know she's a pretty forward-thinking woman.
I talk to her plenty.
That's not what I hear, but I'm trying not to split your tail for her.
Then just consider that you might not hear about everything Holly's talking about.
You should learn to relax more, like your friend here.
It's unfortunate that some people think I'm relaxed. All right, Jim. Ah. Oh, is this
these people moving?
Lizard? Oh, Gatorman?
Gatorman.
Ah, good. When we walk, when we get to the more developed part of downtown, it gets harder to walk together. Mrs. Burns was wrong about the crowd. It's as busy as ever. So how far is this Taylor, anyway? Jim gives me a skeptical look.
You're saying you've never been to the tailor before?
Does he look like you can afford a tailor?
Not a fancy one, no. The folks I knew mend their own clothes. They kept trying to teach me, but I don't have much patience for it.
I expect Murdoch to chime in with something cheeky about me handling a sewing needle, but he doesn't say much at all. He's distant again, and unengaged with his surroundings. It's almost like he isn't here at all.
There we are.
Jim points to a modern-looking store with full suits on mannequins in the glass front. Ah, I see. It's cool and cozy inside, but the air has the thick smell of shoe polish to it. An impatient-looking rabbit at the counter sizes us up.
We gonna see him?
No.
Damn it!
Can I help you?
You're working on a couple of orders under Sterling.
The rabbit flips through a leather folio of index cards, plucks one out, and then studies it. So we are.
I need to order 2 more vests of the same material for both of them.
You're in luck then. There's plenty of that fabric.
Splendid. Would it be possible to have those vests finished in a week?
That would be sufficient if we have their measurements today.
I trust the 2 of you can take it from here.
He turns to me and Murdoch.
Just charge the expenses to the Sterling account.
Very well, sir.
I have to fetch something important from the pawn shop, so I'll leave you 2 to this business.
Gone. He's out the door before either I or Murdoch can protest.
I do like Jim.
Isn't he nice?
Yeah.
The rabbit shows a few bundles of vests shoves a few bundles of vests into each of our arms. Try a few of these sizes, and we'll go to specifics based on which fits best on any of you. I start to take off my shirt when the rabbit raises his voice. The changing room is to your left, sir. I feel the heat flush in my ears, knowing I did something wrong somewhere fancy, and I look at Murdoch, expecting an eye roll or a nasty smirk. But there's nothing on his face. He's just staring at nothing. The rabbit directs us to the closet with high shelves, mirrors, and a fake plant in it. I cup my hands and whisper,
Is that shopkeep up his own ass, or what?
Murdoch shifts through the vest. He doesn't respond.
You think any of these are going to fit me? They're all a bit small.
Still nothing.
Okay.
I sit down on the bench by the mirror and raise my voice to a growl.
This is the first time we've had a moment's peace alone together since that god-awful dinner. You haven't acted the same since. Tell me what's wrong or don't, but you better stop putting me into awkward as hell positions.
You tell him, Sam.
Murdoch looks at me and raises his voice to a growl too.
You're getting him off, aren't you? Jim.
I blink.
Not sure what's making you bring that up. Because he told us, didn't he? You're having sex with him.
My ears flatten to the back of my head.
It's not like my clients tell me what their relationships are when they pay me for the night, Murdoch. So I was right then. Afraid so.
Oh.
Look at this saddy boy!
He's fucking me, too.
Oh, shit. What a twist!
Come again. I won't repeat it.
I like this framing, like with Sam and the reflection.
It's kind of cute.
God fucking damn it. At least I have the excuse that he's a client and was a stranger to me. Shit. That's your sister's fiancé, for fuck's sake. I know. She does too.
Let's go!
Do you think she watches? Holy shit, dude. Bro, this family's kind of fucked up, bro. Holy fuck. I feel bad for Murdoch.
Mm-hmm. This was all her idea.
Holy shit! Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, she's trying to write her BL dojin.
She really is. She's doing intensive research.
Very, very.
I blink again. Oh, the fuck do you mean her idea? Jim's not so sure about settling down here. We're barely developed the phone lines. Without the mines and the train, we're nothing. You really want to see nothing. You should check out Peyton.
I don't know. I hear that they're going to do pretty well.
Yeah.
And
it's going to be happening.
Wait, am I actually defending this shitty city? That's a first for me.
Sure, but it's nothing compared to Pueblo. Sure, but run this entire fucking, prospect by me again. 'Cause I can swear I must be having a stroke. She wants me to help make Jim feel like it, to make Jim like it better here. He told her swinging is big in the city. Told her that's the kind of life that he wants. So she told him you can do that around here too. And she knows about the kinds of things I do for other men. Okay. So what the hell does that have to do with him putting his prick in you? Because there's a wedding happening, Sam. If I said no, there might not have been. I think it's her wedding to worry about, not yours. I'll do what I have to get paid. But did you even want to do any of this? He's handsome, Sam. That's not what I asked. Since when did you need to know what I'm thinking? Since you started sharing more of it with me. Okay, then. I think rolling around with a gym on occasion and a small concession to pay for my family's security. The hell. My mom recently had a talk with me. She told me that Holly is our family's future, in spite of the fact that I'm the only son. They need a respectable woman and a respectable man to inherit the house and take over when they're old. I'm no expert in responsibility, but paying money to get your cock sucked by a man can invite quite the scandal here. Which is why you have to keep that a secret. Because I clearly have the luxury to spill such a thing. I mean, from my parents. Just because they know about me doesn't mean they have to know about Jim, alright? So what are you going to do about your own situation? Keep pretending that it's fine. Because maybe it will be. Which means that you're telling me it isn't. No, Sam. It isn't fine. I'm tired all the goddamn time. Jim could up and leave at any moment if he's too bored, and if Holly's heartbroken, she might think I wasn't trying hard enough. My parents seem like they're getting worse every day. They're subjected to whatever it is that does things to people here. And I know they think Seamus would have done a better job than me if he had the chance to grow up. I feel sick to my stomach when I look at the mirror. I don't always know who's looking back at me. Looking back. Because there's nobody there to lie or to perform for. And when I'm working, or when I'm on something, or when I have a cock in my mouth, or up my rear, I don't have to think about that. There's something in you now.
He folds his hands on his lap, looking away. Then he nods his head, shaking, squeezing out a few tears.
Not a lot. It's just enough to get me through the day. I don't need to know any details. I'm just trying to explain that the only time I get to feel like I'm really me is when my head is between a guy's legs. And I was hoping it was like that for you too.
Okay.
You shouldn't have assumed any of that, knowing the work that I do. I wanted to show you that there's ways to do that here without caring about fucking money. But it always goes back to money for you.
Yeah.
He does need it.
He does need it.
I needed to know if that would be different and if your financial situation changed for the better. But I'm sorry, I was wrong. To some extent, you weren't. But I understand why you're ashamed. You should be mad. Mad? If somebody told me their well-being was based on how good I sucked their boyfriend's cock, I would've used teeth. Murdoch snorted. The fuck is wrong with you? Guess you would probably call it being selfish, or some such a Catholic crock of shit. But then again, it's the kind of thing that reminds me I'd never be in any kind of situation like the one you're in right now. Your family's fucking atrocious. They didn't used to be. You weren't around when they used to be good to me. I used to think my mother was the smartest woman in the world. She used to read to me. And my dad used to build all sorts of things with me. Waterproof boats and the tree forts with windows. So did they change? Or did you just grow up? I don't know, Sam. These are just my memories, and I miss them. What else do I have? What else do you want? He looks at me. He's trembling, and the muscles in his face strain. Then he shuts his eyelids, squeezing them tight. I want to be told that I'm doing a good job.
He wants to be told he's a good boy.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
You're doing a good job.
He laughs at that. Yappy, shrinking guffaw. Is that what guffaws?
Guffaws.
Oh my god.
Big laugh.
Which turns into a loud sob. Tears are pouring out of his eyes as he bends over the vest, holding it with strained claws, like he's going to tear it if he adds any more pressure. His mouth opens in a silent scream. Then he stops, very suddenly. He cleans his face with the back of his sleeve. Okay.
Furry sleeve. They're always wearing sleeves.
True, true. And he looks at me, red eyes but calm.
I'm sorry you had to see that. What? No. It's just emotions. Those are just ordinary. What's not is when you just... What? When you act like... when you act as if you suddenly don't have them. Like, you're shutting them off and they start to act completely different within seconds.
Murdoch frowns.
You've never had to do that. Not really. No. Especially not for ordinary things. Like being sad. I see. I want something else then. Like what? A kiss for free. A dream of you waking up in my bed every day. A memory of you holding me so tight for no other reason than you want to. Common fantasy for a sad man to have about a prostitute, is it not? I'm not sure what to say, because that's the truth. Yeah. It's ugly and shameful to want what we can't have, isn't it? No. No? The whole point of a dream is to want what we don't have, ain't it? I said can't have, not don't have. I know what he said. I just don't care. About what? Maybe I can get you to know. Now that it feels like you're finally letting me. I'm scared. Scared of what? Of sometimes wanting to die. And of there being nothing to know. Not even a worthwhile memory to put in a shoebox after I'm gone. I think there's clearly something. Otherwise, you wouldn't want me. You really do want me, don't you? I do. So see. There's something.
The fox stares at me. He stares at me just like how he stares at the mirror in this room. And he looks absolutely miserable.
Sam. Yeah. If I thought I knew you did something bad, and I was ever scared of you, Would you be able to tell me the truth about it? What? What is he talking about? I don't know. I think I understand. I don't think it matters to me. You don't think what matters to you? You can do it, game. You can do it, game. There we go. What could it possibly be? I think I have a guess. Say what you mean. I heard the sheriff talking about it in his office after a shoot. With his friend. The big badger? He said you were walking around with a head injury. He looks behind his shoulder. About a month ago, coming from the mine. So that's why I haven't seen Nikolai come around the hip yet. I guess I wouldn't either. So what? And you talk about it like you've been there. I used to work there. Recently. And just about how many people heard them talking about that, do you think? He sighs and shakes his head. I don't know. I don't think it was more than 3 of us. Though I wasn't exactly supposed to be listening. His deputy might know as well. But I can't be sure. So what will you do now? Whatever you need me to, I suppose. I stare at him for a while. I laugh. Whatever I need, huh? You and the sheriff and the man who I thought was my best friend are burning the midnight oil to rush me to the gallows, and you're gonna ask me what I need. That a confession, Sam? No. I feel my throat tighten. Maybe. His expression is impossible to read now. You're saying all sorts of crazy things. Making me confused. I'm not admitting to anything. But let's say, what if that was a confession? What then? He swallowed his spit. Well, then I'd think you did it. Then what? What's next? The fox shrugs. Nothing. Why nothing? Why wouldn't I need? Whatever. Wait, what does that say? Why whatever I need? They don't need any that makes any damn sense. Because a noose is injustice. What? He wrings his paws and curls his lips. I've seen plenty of murderers walk free with the right excuse. Or just by happening to know the right people. So I meant what I said. A noose isn't justice. It's just a long tether to a dark, heavy weight. A weight that all people have. A weight we want to cut loose and soar away from. Higher. Free. Leaving all the ugliness of the earth behind us on the floor, in a heap for the ants to find. Except we never leave it behind, Sam. We just take it with us. Nobody can shake off the bugs eating them up every time a platform falls. I shake my head. Maybe sometimes people just want relief. They just want relief from... I shudder over my words. Relief from the fear that took their lives from them. Now that's not so crazy, is it? When that's the case, maybe not. But how many people called for an execution knew that miner? Nick always did tell me he wasn't well liked. I don't know. I do. It's not fear in the air I can smell. It's excitement. Excitement to drop that platform and hear that twang. Sort of like a building tension. Like a package bursting at the seams. And so what? What are you going with it? Where are you going with this? Where am I going with this? I want to help you. Help me? I laugh. Help me? The how is the first question. What exactly can you do? You're trapped as much as me. The why is the second question. Why do you want to help me? What's really in it for you? He lets out a squeaking whine. Is it because I'm easy to look at? Yes. Is it because I make you feel good? Yes. But you don't know me. And I never will if you're dead. I stopped to catch my breath. Since the first time I found out about you, I was but jealous. Jealous? Of me? Are you stupid? Well, maybe. I thought you had a life that I wanted. The nightlife. The glamorous parties. Using your own body to give and get pleasure. People paying money to love you. Oh, when I couldn't even get that for free. I had my head spinning. So yeah, for a few years I wanted to be you. Getting by on whatever intimacy I could find at bars and dances. I shake my head. Well, I'm sorry that you had it all wrong. But listen, I should be fine. I need you to forget everything you think you know. You know full well that this one remembers all sorts of things. And never, ever share it. And you know he talks too much. Okay. He'll sell you out for the smallest scrap of love.
Oh, shit.
I promise I'll never bring this up again. All they have to do is spread their legs. Because that's all anybody needs to buy his soul. So give him the greatest love you'll ever know. Give him the love that will close his eyes forever.
Love.
Just around that fluffy little neck of his. We thought about that like day one of his route. Like Sam, he thought about it.
He's like, that's a squeezable neck you got there, my buddy.
Yeah, right?
That's a crushable windpipe, perhaps.
Good. He'll probably do it for himself, if you ask him. Shut the hell up!
Murdoch recoils away from me. We can do it, game. We can do it.
Come on, video game.
I believe in you. His eyes were wide and red. He looks a lot like his little brother right now. The one from the photograph at his house. A small, scared thing.
I said I promised I won't say anything. Wasn't you. Was that voice again.
It's a crazy thing to tell somebody about, but somehow he looks relieved. Yeah, okay. I think we'll end the part here. Okay. It's getting a little long.
Yeah.
So we'll.
He has a lot to say, but
he does. He does.
Very interesting. Very drama.
He can get over himself.
The drama of it all. The drama.
He's a lad. I guess
he's out here doing it.
Yeah.
I feel for him now a little bit. Though.
He's I feel more things about William.
Yeah,
so
of
it's
course.
it is what it is. So we'll see you around, everyone.